Hey golfers, Golf Nerd here. So one of the questions I see most asked from golfers using GSPro is, what courses should I play, or what courses are people's favorites? So I thought I'd put together a ranking system for the courses available in GSPro. I'm starting with the 2021 releases, and then I'm going to continue to work on the 2022, and I'll have a video shortly describing some of the best 2022 courses in my opinion. There are links in the description below. I've made the 2021 course rankings available. They're available as both an Excel file or as a PDF, and you can see those in the descriptions below. However, none of this is possible without the course designers. There are literally dozens and dozens of people who are designing courses and uploading them for all of us to use within GSPro. And these courses are coming out every week. There's new courses coming out. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of courses available now. And it's just a lot to sort through. And that's one of the reasons why I thought it would be so helpful to put together a ranking system so that people could make sure that they play some of those really, really great courses that are available. Obviously, none of this is possible without those designers. So I really want to make sure and thank all of those folks that do produce courses. I know some of these designers have Patreon pages, and I'm going to link to the Patreon pages that I know exist in the description. Now, if you join one of these Patreon pages and become a member, you can get access to courses that they've designed but they haven't made publicly available. They also, some of the designers will do discounts for courses that they are building for an individual. Some of them will do giveaways where they'll design a course for somebody at random. They'll pick one of their Patreon subscribers. So it's just a great way to give back to the course designers. And like I said, I'll link to those in the description below. Now, not every designer has a Patreon page, so I'd really like to just make sure I give a shout out to all those designers who are putting so much time and energy and resources into building these courses and making them available. Finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about how I rank the courses. So I basically use three criteria. The first criteria is essentially, how well does the golf course translate to a simulated environment? It's just, in some cases, it seems like there's a little bit lost in translation. And I know that any of these courses are just amazing courses that most of us would just love the opportunity to play, and we'll never probably have a chance to play those courses. But in some cases, you just lose something. So the first part is, how well does it translate? The second criteria that I used to evaluate a golf course was the quality of the design itself. So, just how well do the graphics look? Is it engaging? Does it really pull you in? I know some of the older courses, especially like in 2021, some of the tools have advanced and have gotten better looking over time. So that's one consideration as well. But it's really just the overall quality of the simulated golf course. And finally, the last criteria that I used was just playability. Is this a golf course that I would want to play multiple times? Is it challenging enough? And are there enough reasons to want to just play that course over and over? So certainly if a course is interesting enough that you want to play it more than once, that would be something that would also figure into my ranking. So the ranking is a score of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest score that a course could receive. And I did go down to like half-point increments just because it was hard to delineate between some of the really great courses and some of the courses that were really, really good, but just maybe not quite as good as some of the other courses in my opinion. Now, I will say that these are obviously my opinions, and some of you may have a different opinion. I would think that generally speaking, if I rated something of 4, that generally speaking, most people would be plus minus a half point, maybe a full point from that for that specific course. So I don't think there would be huge deviations if I see something as a 5 and you saw it as a 2 or something. I don't think that would exist. But I could definitely see how people would have a different opinion, and we would have a slight disagreement about what I consider to be a 5 and you consider to be a 4 or what have you. The last point I'd like to make is that in no way am I judging the actual course that the simulated course is based on. Many of us would love to be able to play many of these courses, and we're just never going to get that opportunity. And sometimes it just doesn't translate that well, like I mentioned earlier. So in no way is this a reflection on the quality of the golf course. that is being mentioned in any of these rankings. So the first course I'd recommend from the 2021 releases is the Kiowa Ocean Course. Now this is just an iconic course that has hosted multiple PGA championships. It's hosted a Ryder Cup. It's just one of the best courses in North America, obviously. And the simulated course is just gorgeous. It really captures the essence of that course. It's beautifully rendered. The scenery around it is fantastic. The holes are extremely challenging. If you want to really ramp up how challenging this course can become, start to turn the wind back on and let the wind start moving your ball around to really get that ocean feel going. It's just a great course, extremely challenging. So it's one that you could play again and again. And because of that iconic nature and just how well it's done, it's something that I think anybody would really, really enjoy. So I highly recommend the Kiowa Ocean Course as one of the 5-star courses that I rated for the 2021 releases. The next golf course that I'd like to recommend from the 2021 releases is Castle Heights Golf Club. Now, this is a fictional course, as well as I understand it anyway, that John Mayer created. John is a very prolific designer. He puts out lots and lots of courses, and this particular course is just awesome. I just love it. It has a ton of elevation changes. It's got a lot of hazards, tight fairways. The scenery around it is absolutely gorgeous. The holes themselves are really, really challenging. There's a lot of shots that you have to think through. So I think John just did a fantastic job imagining a golf course. And the Castle Heights Golf Club is just one that you have to play. It's just fantastic, like I said. It's definitely a 5-star in my book out of the 2021 releases. So the final course I wanted to recommend, I wanted to try to give a flavor of different types of courses. And the final one that I want to recommend is the Marion Golf Club. Now, Marion Golf Club has a vast history of hosting U.S. Opens, U.S. Amateurs, Women's Opens, Women's Amateurs, Senior Opens. I mean, it has hosted a ton of events over time, and it's a testament to just what a quality golf course this is. Well, the job that has been done of simulating this golf course is just fantastic. So it really, really places a high value on the approach shots. The scenery is gorgeous. It is just the type of course that gives you a very different feel than the first two courses that I mentioned. But it is just a fantastic simulated golf course. And if you haven't played Marion yet, I certainly recommend that you do. And like I said, if you're wanting to work on that approach play or iron shots, or have maybe a closest to the pin kind of a competition, what a great opportunity to do that in Marion. It is really, really well done. So guys, that is 3 of my 2021 5-star recommendations for GSPro. I've got some other 5-star recommendations that are contained within the list as well. So please see those links in the description if you want to see the rankings. Some of those courses are well known, like Kiowa or Marion, and some of them are courses that I hadn't heard of before. Perhaps you have, but there's definitely some surprises within GSPro as you start to go through all the different courses. And I hope that this this ranking will help identify some courses that you haven't played that are really well done. If you've liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. That'll certainly tell me whether or not I should do all the work going into the 2022 releases as well. If you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Well, that's it from the Golf Nerd. Hit 'em long and straight, and I'll see you next time.